So good afternoon, guys. This is Samad here, joining in from VBind Education Technologies, Mumbai. And what VBind does is VBind connects industry experts live into your classrooms. And to help you understand better what exactly we do, I'm going to play a very short video. And if any of the participants are not able to hear, please do call us on our number and we will take ahead from there.
Rohan and Rita are engineering students. They are studious and smart. They work hard and get good grades. It's a happy story. But here comes the villain. They're confused about their future. They find no connect with the subjects they study and what career they want to pursue. Professor Nandlal is a very senior lecturer. He has sensed this issue with many other students like Rohan and Rita. He is worried too. He sets out on a mission to find a solution. He does some research, tries to find out who can help him bring the real corporate world into the classroom. He wants someone to help students gain knowledge and experience of the practical world. And voila, what does he find? VBind, bringing industry to classroom. VBind has a list of industry experts as masters on their platform. By means of VBinders, these masters interact with students like you. These VBinders are called masterclass. What do we expect from a masterclass? Stories of inspiration and experience, tons of information on new products and the ideas behind it, useful insights on how to step into the industry, chance to interact and pitch ideas to the movers and shakers of the industry. One such masterclass is waiting for you. Come, let's hear the master. And yes, don't forget to like us on Facebook or tweet to us at VBind. We appreciate your feedback by just a WhatsApp on 088 791 63528. We promise to bring the Tatas and Bansals and the Murtis to you soon. Help us get them live on your screens.
So, the topic for today is how PR and perception management helps you throughout your career. And the master for today is a very renowned PR guru, Mr. Suresh Gaur, who has got more than 2 or 3 decades of years of experience in this field. So, without any further delay, I invite Mr. Suresh Gaur to take over from here. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Samad. Hello all who are listening to me and watching me on the screen. And I welcome you to this webinar on understanding public relations and perception management. When we talk about public relations, we must know what PR is all about, what perception management is all about, how we create our public relations image, how we create, how we manage our total life through public relations. PR is not just one day activity or activity of a week or month. It is an activity of whole life. From the day you enter into any field, and from there you progress to the last point of your field. All public relations, goes with you, moves with you, and work with you. And to start my, lecture on this public relations, understanding PR basics, I share my, PPT with you, where you can understand what exactly PR is all about. Can you see this presentation on understanding public relation basics?
Yes, sir, we can see it clearly. Also, sir, there is a request coming in from the colleges that you are a bit audible, less audible. So if you can please increase your volume, please.
Let me see, because I'm using headphone.
Okay.
Can you hear me now clearly? Hello?
Yeah, is it better?
Is it better?
Okay, it is. Yeah, I've got a thumbs up from the college, sir.
Okay, now it's I think it's the highest volume I have done.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we have to understand what PR is all about, how PR works, how PR starts, what's the role of public relations in perception management. When we talk about perception management, perception, what we perceive about ourselves and what others perceives about us. This is perception management. We have to manage the perception of others about us. And this is done through public relations. Okay. So my first slide on this, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some hire public relation officers, said the historian Daniel J. Boston. His point is, in public relations, your job is to make your client seem great without anybody knowing you are trying. So it means when you are doing a PR activity, others should not know that actually you are doing public relations, but you are doing PR. Because whenever you want to create an image about yourself in front of anybody, you have to do certain activities which must leave a long lasting impression on others. So this statement says some are born great, but some achieve greatness and some hire public relation officers. And that's why we are here to teach you all about public relations. I share you, one, two dialogues from a latest film, Tomorrow Never Dies. It's a Bond film. You might have seen this film. And it's a real great media lessons. One of the main characters in the film was Elliot Carver, who was the owner of a television and news media channel. He said that the key to a great news story is not who or what or when, but why. It means when we have to start our perception management or public relation activity, we must be very clear with the objectives and with the goals to be achieved through that activity. So why is very important. And the second dialogue is from James Bond himself. That first rule of mass media is give the people what they want. It's not like that what you want that you want to give to people. No, it is actually you must see who is your target audience and what your target audience is looking at from your side. It means when you manage your perception, what the kind of activity you do in front of your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, your classmates, what they want to see in you, that is to be managed by you. Okay. So the first rule of mass media is give the people what they want. So as a person, we should do those activities which other people are looking in us. So we should do that only. And now what PR means. We should understand the basic meaning of public relations, which is very important. When we talk about perception management, we talk about public relations, at least we must know the meaning of PR. Unfortunately, I can say there are thousands of people who are in PR industry, but are not aware of the meaning of public relations. Actually, personal relations, press relations, press release, public relations, or all the above. Can you guess? Anyone answer from this? Is it personal relations, or press relations, or press release, or public relations? Actually, PR minds of all. It is personal relations also. When you enter in the field of PR, you start doing public relations. You have to build a kind of a personal rapport with every person who come across in your life. You have to create a personal relation with that person, a personal rapport. And press relations, yeah, media is required because when we say about public relations, it is 90% media relations. Press release, because press release is the only medium to reach out to media. And public relations mean that you are interacting with your target audience, you are communicating with your target audience, as now I am communicating with you people sitting around. They are different, in different colleges, in the classrooms, in their homes, everywhere, who are interacting with through this WeBind. Okay. Now, basic PR is engagement, interaction, and listening. In PR, listening is a must because you need a feedback of all the action you do. When you say anything to anybody and you don't need any answer, no, you have to wait for the answer. See what other person thinks about you. This is all about perception management. If you say anything anywhere and if you don't know what people talk about you behind your back, none of any use. So you must know what people are saying about you. So listening is very important in public relations and perception management. Similarly, engagement. When you talk to people, you have to engage them with your dialogues. At least when you're talking to them, they must give
due listening, due hearing, total attention to you. And interaction means when you are talking to someone, that person also interact with you with their queries, with their questions, with their whatever they want to ask you, they must say interact with you. So therefore, PR is managing communication. Similarly, when you manage the communication, you create a perception of yours in the eyes of your target audience. PR is managing communication with an organization's publics. These audience might range from employees to customers and from shareholders to government. It means you don't think when you start any business, any startup you start, everybody, your colleagues, your employees who are working for you, the customers you're interacting with, you're selling your products and services, and the shareholders, those shareholders who have invested their money in your business, and the government who is giving you the permission to run the business, all are your target audience. So every time you have to manage the communication, and communication has to be transparent, communication has to be honest and truthful. So effective PR is about engaging your audience, and the hard part is moving away from what you think they should know towards understanding what they want to hear and how they do like to hear it. And here comes the perception management. When people, like if take example of Mr. Modi, our honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi, when he became the Prime Minister of India, everybody looked him with some hope. And the hopes are now coming true, because whatever he tried to promise during those election campaigns, he is trying to prove everything, that everything is come to us. Definitely a time gap would be there. Some process has to be evolved. Then things will come to us. So whenever you say anything, you engage your audience. You have to see what they want to hear and what they want to like to hear from you. Then only your communication starts and benefits your listeners. The PR mantra is tell it first. If somebody hears from some other person, oh, that person is doing something, no, the PR flops. So tell it first, tell it simply, and tell it yourself. And do listen to what others say about you. This is perception management. When you say it, okay, if some you are going to start some business, and if you tell people that I'm going to start this kind of a business, and somebody else tells, you take a case in your family, you want to do something, and some of your friend tell your parents that, well, we have come to know that your son is going to start this, what your parent will feel. So not let them feel awkward. So tell it first, tell it simply, and tell it yourself. And do listen to what others says about you. And if you're not listening to the reaction to your stories, you're only doing half the job. Feedback, what people think about you, whatever you do, must take answers from people. What they feel about me, what they feel about your kind of activities, the work you do. So it is also important in public relations. If I take you back to 1948, the first definition of PR, which is very true in today's world also. You will say I'm talking to history, but history is also important to understand. In the year 1948, the British Council of the Institute of Public Relations defined public relations as a deliberate, planned, and sustained effort. Deliberate, you have to think that I have to do this. You cannot avoid this, because without this, you cannot reach to your target audience. And planned, you have to draw a strategy. How to do about this? You cannot climb 10 steps immediately. You cannot make a big leap on the 10th step. You have to move one step, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, to reach the 10th. And sustained effort means PR is, or perception management is not one-day job. You have to start this activity from day one and to carry it till you achieve your goal. And when you achieve your goal, again you have to make it forward. It is to be sustained activity, because you have to maintain the position where you have reached. So deliberate, plan, and sustained effort to establish and maintain mutual understanding between an organization and its publics. Every time you have to keep in mind the interest of your public, your target audience. Then if you keep your target audience's in mind, your audience, your customers, your friends, your relatives, your colleagues, your classmates, everybody, then only you will be considered as a right person, because you don't ignore anybody. You keep everybody into loop, whatever you do. What it means? It means that PR activity is organized as a campaign or program and is a sustained activity. Its purpose is to make the organization understood by others. You have to be very clear. When you start any activity, you go to interview, you go for an interview in a company. When you walk in, when you just knock the door and say, "May I come in, sir?" From that moment to the head table where the interviewers are sitting, you must create an impression that they would say, "I have to select this guy or a person. Is this girl or the boy?" Because this is the person we require, we need in our company. And that impression you create just moving those 10 steps from the door to the table, that creates a difference. That makes a difference. And only that impression, whatever your certificates have, whatever your CV says, keep it aside, because that is your hard knowledge. What is the soft skills? Hard skills, all what because of your educational qualification, your professional qualification, they have shortlisted you for the interview. But when they want to see you personally, that soft skills comes in. And soft skills is perception management. What kind of a perception you create when you knock the door and say, "May I come in, sir?" And when they ask you to come in and you walk those 5 or 10 steps or 2 steps or 3 steps, you create a long lasting impression on the person looking at you constantly. Your moves, your body language, your style of walking, the way the mannerism you are showing, that creates a perception about you in the minds of those persons, and they decide there and then whether they have to select you or not. That is also perception management. So understand this too. Again, I take you 30 years ahead of 1948. In the year 1978, known as the Mexican Statement, issued by the World Assembly of Public Relations Association in Mexico City, defined public relations practice as the art and social science of analyzing trends. So PR is an art. Perception management is an art and a social science. Predicting their consequences, whatever act you do, you can predict the consequences. Well, if I do this kind of activity, this could be the consequences for me. Counseling organization leaders and implementing planned programs of actions which will serve both the organization and the public interest at large. And I take you to the father of PR, what he said about public relations. Edward Louis James Bernays, the father of PR, a press agent in America, is father of public relations and propaganda. He said that public relations is the attempt by information. It means unless and until you provide information, you give information, you share information, you cannot do public relations. Persuasion, you have to pursue the people with whom you are interacting. You have to make your point very clear to them, make them understand your point of view. And adjustment, you have to adjust also. There has to be some kind of cohesiveness when you are listening to others. You have to forego certain things, and while discussing, you have to agree to certain points of there to adjustment to engineer public support for an activity, cause, movement, or institution. And what founder of modern public relations said about PR? Ivy League, founder of modern public relations, evolved the philosophy in 1906. Look, see how much PR is old. That public relations practitioners have a public responsibility that extends beyond obligations to the client. And he is the one who issued the first press release till date. First press release was issued by him in 1906. So now let's understand public relations as per various PR gurus. Frank Jeffkins is the author of Public Relations. He says, PR consists of all forms of planned communication, outwards and inwards, between an organization and its publics, for the purpose of achieving a specific objective concerning mutual understanding. Now, if you are studying in a college, the college management must see the need of their students. The teachers who are teaching the students must see what our students require, what kind of knowledge should be provided to our students, what kind of syllabus we should design for our students. And students also give their feedback on that kind of, what kind of activities they require college to do for them. Sam Black, another author on the essentials of public relations, said the fundamental purpose of public relation is to establish a two-way of mutual understanding based on truth, knowledge, and full information. So in public relations, you have to speak the truth. You have to share full knowledge. You cannot hide some, if there's something you have to say 100%, you say, I will hide 50%, I will tell 50%. No, you have to say 100% information you have to share, and full information. That is public relations actually. And when you do this kind of activity, your perception, which is being created by your activities in front of in the eyes of your listeners, audience, friends, it is always great. And as per Paul Garrett, he's a corporate PR professional like me. He said PR is a fundamental attitude of mind. PR starts here. Attitude of mind. Perception management starts here. What kind of attitude you have, what kind of attitude you are creating in the minds of your listeners, your friends, and with whom you work. Fundamental attitude of mind, philosophy of management, which deliberately places the broad interest of the public at first. It means always you have to keep the interest of your audience in mind. If you are creating any product or service, if you're starting any activity, you must see how my activity would benefit my receivers, my customers, my audience. You have not to say that I have to earn money, I have to earn a lot of money. No, you can earn money. Okay, we do business to earn money, but we must keep the interest of our target audience in mind. So the broad interest of the public at first in every decision attracting the operations of a business. And finally, the last definition I discussed with you, it was decided in 2012 now, which is applicable to everyone. We all PR professionals practice this definition also. Only public relations is a strategic communication process. Very clear. Public relations is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationships between organizations and their publics. It means unless and until you just write one letter and forget it. No, you have to draw a strategy. Today, what I have to communicate to my target audience. Tomorrow, what I have to say. 3 days, what I have to say. Like, you can see that on Twitter handle the President of America, the President of India, the Prime Minister of India, the Prime Minister of UK, everybody is on Twitter. And they are doing strategic communication through Twitter. So public relations is a strategic communication process that builds mutually beneficial relationship between organizations and their publics. Now, this is my definition of PR. Public relation is knowing why to say. Very clear. You must understand if you want to say something, why to say. Then why to say, what to say. Why to say, what to say. Then when to say, where to say, whom to say, and how to say it to promote and protect yours and the client's reputation. I give you a very recent example on this definition, which suits this definition by our very great actor Amir Khan Sahab. Recently, there was an award function in Mumbai organized by Indian Express. And he quoted something which his wife said to him at home, that India is not a place to live in because they are into fear and they should go to some other country to live. And this definition applies on him only. He forgot where he is saying. I think either intentionally he used that platform or unintentionally he said so because they are all film actors, they are all celebrities. They think that whatever they wish they can say anywhere, anytime, and people will appreciate. No, it is not that kind, As a matured person, anybody, I say a matured, unmatured also, you must know why to say. Is it important? Is it required? Is it the right place to say this? And what to say then? कैसे कहना चाहिए उस बात को? And किसको कहना है? Whom to say and how to say it? Now what happened? When he said it, some of the companies which were, to whom he was a brand ambassador, like I think Snapdeal, they snapped the ties. Even the, the Ministry of Official Broadcasting, the Incredible India, he was the brand ambassador. That contract also gone. And some of the companies are not renewing his contracts with Amir Khan ji. One loss, one big loss because of one statement given, could be right by him, but at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and in front of the wrong people. So we have to be very clear when we say all these things. In public relations, it is important to identify goals, objectives, strategies, and tactics. A goal is a broad primary outcome, what you want to achieve. A strategy is the approach you take to achieve that goal. An objective is a measurable step you take to achieve a strategy. And a tactic is a tool you use in pursuing an objective associated with that strategy. Also, an approach to public relation is to follow the R.O.P.E process. 4 steps: research. You want to start perception management. You want to start public relations. Research what other people are doing, have done in past for similar kind of activity, and what should be your objectives to be achieved through that research. Then program, design a program or a campaign, and after finishing of that campaign, completion of that campaign, evaluate whether your steps taken by you were in the right direction or not. Now, when we talk about corporate public relations, because we talk about individual PR, now we cover corporate PR, because we are going to work in some company or some other company, or we start our own company, startup, that comes under corporate public relations. So corporate PR is another form of PR and one of the most vital and key function in every corporate today. Every corporate want to increase public awareness about their company, its services or products. Corporate PR provides a blend of resources to the corporates. The objective of corporate PR is to publicize the corporate and grow awareness. Role of corporate PR is to find target audience of the corporate, reach to them, and bring them into corporate fold. Corporate PR exhibits corporate right spirit and build its reputation and image. The more public awareness a corporate can generate, the better chance it will have at increased market share and presence of the company. Let's learn today how to build brand you, because you're all sitting in front of me, listening to me, have to create their own brand. So that when they go out, they finish their college, when they change a company, what brand they are carrying with them, that matters. So how to build brand you? Find answers to the following questions. We want to note it down, you can note it down also. If you can find out the answers to these questions, you can create your own brand. First question is, how would you define yourself using 4 adjectives? Then second question is, which adjective best describes you as a brand? If you're honest, you're the honest. You're a truthful person. You're a committed person. You are disciplined. You believe in time. You are always, because whatever the adjectives you have to communicate that. Are these adjectives same as the ones others has used for you? It means this is perception management. What people think about you, say I'm very disciplined, and friend says, colleague say, oh, he's the most indisciplined guy in the company. So your perception is what perception you have created on others. That is actually the truth. So have you ever thought what others think of you? Perception management. Are you constantly learning and reinventing yourself? Have you ever identified the areas of improvement? What is your digital reputation? Are you on social media? Are you interacting with people on social media? What steps are you blogging? What steps are you taking to build your personal brand? What is the USP of your personal brand? Do you have one strong area where you are better than others? Or when you have communicated your personal brand last? These are some of the questions which I believe when you can define, when you can answer these questions, you can create your brand yourself. The kind of a perception you want to create about yourself in the minds of others, because The perception starts from the day one when you come to school or college or you go to a job. The kind of impression you create with your behavior in the minds of your colleagues or your classmates, that is where your perception is created. What people think about you. Then how to correct that perception? How to manage that perception? The PR comes in. For perception management, the role of PR comes in. I always say PR is PR. Public relations, PR is PR. And saying I love you is also PR. PR. How? Just listen to this. PR as PR, love. Or saying I love you to someone is also a kind of doing public relations. Some may agree, some may not agree, but I always believe in this because I love you is a more serious and committing term. Public relations is a practice in which all the attributes of love, such as care, trust, truth, desire, imagination, respect, loyalty, affection, kindness, commitment, passion, appreciation, emotions, and mutual understanding play a strategic role into establishing favorable image and strong long-term relationships of an organization or individuals with its internal and external public. Saying I love you to someone in public relations field means that PR is about to give and give only, to care for public opinions, not to hate anyone, being loyal and polite to everyone. The three words I love you are the essence of both life as well as PR. Both love and PR should be win-win. Genuine PR will not be false or fake. It will present the best side of your organization, products or services to the public so that both benefit. The organization benefits due to better branding, visibility, leading to higher sales, and public benefits by becoming aware of the existence, availability, and quality of this particular product, service, or organization. And if you love somebody, you won't cheat. And if you love somebody, remember, you won't cheat. Good PR doesn't cheat and is honest. Thank you very much. And I invite questions for my audience who have listened to my presentation. Thank you. I'm open to any questions.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll start the questions round. Ms. Shivangi Pandey, is there a question from your side? I have unmuted you right now.
Hi.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Mr. Samad.
Actually, it was kind of a recent session for me, so thank you a lot, sir. There are no such questions right now.
Mr. Samad, I'm open to any question.
Okay. So we'll move on to Ritambara College. Sir, is there any question from your college?
Yes, sir. I have a question by my student here. He wants to know, he's starting with a company. He has some startup in mind and he wants to do a penetration in the rural market. So
Hello.
what strategies should we develop?
Uh,
Hello.
Yes. I'm not getting your voice.
Sir, I'll just repeat the question. There is a question coming in from Ritambara that there is a student who wants to start a startup in the rural domain and how to do PR in the rural marketing or rural area. Am I audible, sir?
I'm able to hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Samad.
Hello? Hello? Suresh sir, can you hear me? Hello? We have also got a question from Mr. Anand Deep. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Suresh sir, can you hear me? Sir, we can hear you clearly.
Any questions?
Hello, Suresh sir?
Yes, Mr. Hamad.
Yeah, sir, can you hear us clearly?
No, I can hear you on the phone, but not on the laptop.
Okay, because there is a couple of questions coming in from Ritambara as well as from Kalsekar College. So,
I'm ready to answer.
yeah.
I'm not able to hear them.
So if you can please open the chat.
Open the chat.
Below there is an option for chat, just besides share
Yeah,
screen.
I can do the, well, typing.
The option where we have share the screen, just beside that we've got a chat option.
Typing only. I can do the typing work.
No, we can hear you very clearly, sir. All the colleges can hear you clearly.
Because Mr. A. Kalsakal, we have a question, Mr. Suresh. I said, yes, please.
Okay, so you can answer the question here. We can hear you clearly, sir.
You can hear me, but nobody else can hear me. That's a problem.
No, all the colleges are able to hear you.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay.
So the question, Mr. Kalsakar, you have, please go ahead with your question.
I'm from Khalsekar. Hello, Suresh. Can you hear me? Hello, Suresh. Can you hear me?
Mr. Kalsekar asked me the question, what is the most cheapest and effective form of PR? And my answer to him and everybody that the most cheapest and effective form of PR is word of mouth. Because when people talk about you, when others talk about you, your products or services, for example, you go to a particular store to buy certain things and you get the best response, best discounts, best offers from them. You talk to your friends, oh, you try that shop, you will get the best price, best products, quality products, everything. And the word of mouth spreads faster than any other media. So the cheap, you have not to invest anything. You have not to invest anything. Another form of most cheapest and effective form of PR is emails. Writing emails, using the platform emails, unless and until my answer came there, Mr. Kalsekar, because my second answer was, you asked for the most cheapest and effective form of PR, that is word of mouth. And how to make word of mouth go viral, that is through emails or through social media and through social media platform. Because nowadays when you interact, like someone approached me through social media only. He came to know about me through social media only. I created my personal brand through social media only. I use Twitter, I use LinkedIn, I use all the available media platforms very effectively. So when either you go word of mouth, it is totally free. You create a buzz in the market about your product or service through word of mouth. Let people talk about you and your brand. Only interact with people. Wherever you go, you publicize your brand, your activities through word of mouth. Second is through social media. When you want to be viral, internet is the best available medium. Now I'm interacting with you. You are sitting in Mumbai, I'm sitting in Delhi.
This is the best way of creating your public relations. I'm doing a PR activity. Whatever the knowledge I'm having, I'm sharing with you here. And remember, knowledge empowers you. Knowledge is the best thing one can get. If you are open to learn, I am open to learn also. I keep reading many books on public relations, on event, on advertising, so that I can update myself all the time. When I teach my students, I go there with the latest information. From where I learn, I sit on internet at least for 2 to 3 hours a day. I Google information on the net, because internet is a vast ocean where you can get any information just typing the exact words what you require, and you feel lucky when you get it. Then you have to go through that content. You have to read what other people are saying about certain things. Then only you can create your own your kind of information you can share with your target audience. That is the thing. Thank you, and I welcome you, Mr. Kalsakar, for the questions. Any other questions you can ask me?
Okay,
Very good question.
yeah, there is one more question from Mr. Anand Deep.
Mr. Anand Deep has asked a question: if there is a PR strategy which will cost huge for a company, how good is to stick 100% with PR ethics, truth and value, so keeping the cost factor in mind? 4 cars being called back for free maintenance. PR. You have to tell the truth. In PR, you have to follow the ethics. If you don't follow the ethics, you don't do PR. It is propaganda. You can speak anything about your product and services. If it is bekar, if it is faulty, you can say my product is the best in the world. So if even you create a PR strategy, unless and until truth is not there, honesty is not there, transparency is not there, full information is not there, that PR strategy will go hayway. It will not take your company anywhere, and one day you will fall like anything. So you have to stick 100% to PR ethics. And PR ethics, PR ethics is applicable to those who follow public relations, who preach public relations, who are PR professionals like me. They have to follow PR. Now, publicity, what publicists do? They publicize their client. PR publicity is also, is a branch of public relations. Publicity can be negative. If you do some kind of a publicity which goes negative, and if there's a negative publicity about some celebrity, somebody like Mr. Amir Khan, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Mr. Salman Khan, everybody said something one or the other day, and they got a negative publicity. And how they have to correct their image? Using public relations, communicating, saying sorry, साहब गलती हो गई, माफ कर दीजिए, हमने ऐसे नहीं, हमने ऐसे कहा था. So you have to be a very clear about, like, introduce those small cars. Small car जो latest आई थी, जब वो कार मार्केट में आया, 2-3 कार रोड पे बर्न हो गई. Tata recalled the cars, said there's some kind of fault, I must clear it. We should clear that fault, then introduce the car in the market. So even Honda, Ford, every big car makers who had a faulty engine or any faulty part, they recalled all the cars to correct that mistake and relaunch in the market and give them free. One of my friends has a Mercedes long back. There was a problem in his car, and after say 10 years, they gave him a brand new Mercedes and took the old Mercedes back. And he was so happy that I got a very brand new car free of cost. So that brand speaks. That is called then really effective public relations. When you talk, go for Mercedes. Yeah. Thank you. Please, if there is a clash between our ethics and companies, how to create a mid path, keep our job safe. Job safe. Look, I also worked in Qualcomm department many years. I directly used to report to my CEO, the chairman and managing director. And I used to tell him, if it is right, then right. If it is wrong, then wrong. Mind it, sir. You have to understand this is wrong. We should not do it. If still you insist, ask anybody to do. I will not do this, sir. This is wrong. It is not as per public relations. You have to be very straightforward. Don't worry. Once or twice, it will happen with you, but not in future. Because when you will establish yourself as the right person, everybody will respect your saying, your decisions, your actions, your activities, that you are a right person. You always talk the right things. So you have to establish yourself. Then only it will happen. Yeah, Ritambara, there is a question. One of our students want to start with his own company in rural domain. What PR activity should be followed to get effective response? One of our students want to start with his own rural domain. What PR should be followed to get effective results? Okay, rural domain. Rural domain is, you are talking about internet domain, there is no rural domain, everything is, international. So if you talk rural area, be specific, rural area, you want to start some activity in rural area. So your immediate target audience, who would be your immediate target audience? Those residing in that periphery of, say, 1 to 15 kilometers in that rural area. That is your target area, where you have to let people know what you are, who you are, why you have come here, what you are going to do, how your things are going to benefit those people living in that, residing in that area, and what is the end result of that activity you're going to do there. So you have to communicate in the language available in that area. Those activities which are prevalent in that area, you have to communicate with that. You have to go for a traditional folk activities which connect you directly with the rural masses. Please, one of the officers wants to start with should we follow to get effective response? It will be e-commerce. It should be followed to get effective response. It will be e-commerce platform. Okay, e-commerce platform you want to start, and you want to go into rural domain. Right. Look, now internet has reached everywhere. Everywhere it has reached, even in rural areas where educated youth lives and who connect with internet. They know what internet is all about. But you have to study the area very clearly where you are going to interact with your target audience. I'm not clear which area you want to go. If you go to that area, see that area, research that area, have a round of that area where you want to have that activity, rural domain. Then only you can interact with your target audience. What kind of products they like, what kind of activities they like. What are the, Mr. A.E. Kalsekar asked that, what are the parameters to judge if the PR campaign is working or not? Okay, parameters to judge if the PR campaign is working or not. Look, PR campaign, when you start, at least for first 6 months, you have not to judge and look for what results are coming, at least for first 6 months. Because when you start a PR activity based on certain research, certain objective you started, first 3 months, it take time to push off the activity. First 3 months, at least you have to push off the activity for 3 months. Then those next 3 months, when you establish your activity is going on. After 6 months, start taking feedback. Start taking feedback from people, whether they are able to reach, whether they are able to receive the communication you are giving through your PR campaign. And you have to segment that area. You have to create segments of that particular area. Demographics you have to study, that where you are doing a PR activity, who are your target audience, and how out of those target audience you have to take test samples. Say you have to make a test sample of the 50 people or 100 people or 200 people. You have to reach out to them directly, personally, face to face, write emails, send direct mails, create a kind of a questionnaire where they can answer your questions, whether they are getting your PR message or not. Only then you can see whether your message is going to your target audience through your PR activity. There is no other way. And when you get the feedback, then you can judge whether the PR activity you're doing is right or wrong. Because if you don't, look, when we start any PR program, we start any PR program, we must know who are our target audience. If our PR program is not reaching to our target audience, we should immediately stop it. So we have to see who are your target audience. We have to find out our target audience. Then only we have to reach out to them with the correct, right message, which is understood by them. We want to do PR activity in Chennai. Okay, we have to see that in Chennai, we have a certain area where we require a PR activity, and we are using such kind of a language which doesn't suit that. So we have to see the language, the area, the kind of people living there, the kind of demographics they are having. Everything we have to study before starting a PR campaign. And then we have to see whether our message is reaching them. If it is reaching them, we have to do a survey. There are so many methods, primary and secondary methods. You have to go through the survey only, then you can judge whether our PR activity is reaching them to or not. Yeah. Is it necessary to outsource the PR activity to a PR? No, it is not necessary at all. It is not necessary at all. You can create your own PR team in your office. You can have if you are a small business, you can have a small PR team. Even the owner can do his own PR. Nirma, how Nirma has become a big brand. Nirma owner used to sell Nirma powder on cycle in Ahmedabad. Now see how Nirma has become. Mr. Ambani left Ida, on a jeep with 25,000 rupees. Now see Reliance Industries. So PR starts from yourself. You're from yourself. If you can do PR, then nothing is like that. Depending on PR agencies, I never say go to a PR agency. I'm a PR agency. I never go people say give me your work. If people come to me, I tell them if you can do it yourself, do it. That is the best thing because you know about your business very well. Other person may not code or decode your business properly and communicate properly with people. Yeah, Ritumbra, is a print media good form of PR or digital market? Look, uh, print media is a good form of PR, but you remember Ritumbra, when you read print media, you can reach through different PR tools, okay? And different PR tools are letter to editor, okay? Then advertorial, then press release, then different kind of case studies or research histories. You can reach out to print media, but when you issue a press release, if that press release is a news, then only print media covers it, else it is kept aside. So digital media is a vast word where everybody is interacting, but what digital platform you are using to reach out your target audience, that is important. Twitter is the best way to reach out to your target audience, digital audience, because microblogging 140 words, and you can convey anything you want in one series A, B, C, D, E. So I will say digital marketing, digital media is the best media nowadays, unless and until you have your press release as a great content, then only a journalist will shortlist your press release to publish. Else they don't care about this because they receive thousands of press releases a day and they have to shout out also 10 to hardly 5 to 10 press release to be published in the newspaper. So print media, though it is very good, but you're not sure whether your press release will be published or not. So the other way is advertorial. Go for a buy the space, get the editorial content done by the newspaper and publish it. That is the only thing. Yeah. As well, when we are aiming at PR internship, which sector should we look forward? PSU, private or local municipal corporate level. Look, every platform is good. I never say go to a big corporate, go to a PSU, PSE, or go to anywhere you feel you can learn something. Internship is the period to learn. If you are no, and one thing more, when you go as an intern, you have to ask for the work. You have not to wait and sit, keep the work will come to us. No, you have to look for the work. You have to see how to get the work for your to learn. So anywhere PSU, in PSUs, I don't say that you go anywhere, your choice. You go to even PR agency, you go to, I tell you, my lots of my students go to internship and they say, sir, they don't ask us to do work, they just ask us to keep sitting and see the newspapers, read newspaper clippings and just cut the news and paste it. I said that is also public relations, because you have to create a communication channel where somebody is talking about your client. So you have to learn making a telephone call, also a marketing call, also a PR, because you are communicating. So people don't understand actually what internship is all about. Anywhere you go, big, small, very small, zero, but you have to learn something from there. And if you're able to learn, your internship is successful. One of our students has startup idea. How wishes to know? Just wait. One of our students, Mr. Ek, has a startup idea. How wishes to know, does PR help in raising funds for a startup? It does help. It does help. But the right channel, you must know where to get your news published about your startup and the benefits of startup, what kind of startup is having, and if you have the right kind of that news can create some kind of attraction in the minds of the readers, then only that media publishes that. Yeah, you can do PR activity. Even you can do road shows. Yeah, road shows means you can join exhibitions, you can go to big conferences where you can present your company, tell about your company. You can reach out to like big CII, SOCHM, FICCI, and PhD CCI or other any industrial body where in the conference you can go and present your company and tell what your company is going to do, what kind of activities you are going to do, and how it will be, and what you are expecting from that conference. Create that message. No issues. Good
Okay.
week to everyone. From Makhanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism. Please, thanks a lot. Thank you, Anant. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we have to respect the master's time.
I'm available. You can ask anything from me. Yeah, Anant. So you're clear that it is not necessary to go to a PSU, private or local municipal government level. You can go anywhere. You can do anywhere internship, but unless and until you must have a learning capacity. Don't think people ask you to learn. You have to learn yourself. You have to find out everything. खोदना पड़ता है तो जाके PR आता है. खोदना पड़ता है खुद आपको. And there was a question by Ritumbara. I forgot that. I think I've answered every question.
Okay. So everyone, we have to respect Mr. Suresh's time. So that will be the last question. And thank you very much, sir, for your time, for sharing your knowledge and experience.
You're always welcome. And I believe that whatever you feel, you want to know about PR, Shivangi, you can always ask me in the class. And I'm always available for such kind of webinars where I can, when we have a next session, whenever you want, Ritumbara, I'm always available. That Mr. Samad is to decide. Because I always believe whatever little knowledge I have about population, I must share with people like you who want to learn something. Always I believe in that.
Okay, so
if I have knowledge, I must share with that knowledge with those who wants it really. Even if there is a saying, even if you have a drop of water, share it. And if I believe that even if I have a drop of knowledge, I must share it. And thankfully, I got an ocean of knowledge in public relations, which I'm always ready to offer people. So dip in my ocean, get the knowledge out of it, and enjoy that PR activity, knowledge of PR and perception management. I'm always there for you people.
thank you everyone for your cooperation, and thank you, sir, for your time. Can we have a round of applause for Suresh, sir?
Come to your college and give it there. No issues.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Suresh, sir.
Or you can have me online to your college.
Okay, so sir, if the college students wants to get in touch, they can reach you on Twitter, right?
Look, this is my first webinar, I tell you. I teach in various colleges. I teach in Amity University, Noida. I teach in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi. I teach in SP College of Communication and Management. I teach in YMCA, Public Relations, Event Management, my forte. And even I didn't have the mic. Yesterday evening, while coming back from the college after taking class, I stopped at the market, got one headphone and the mic, this one, for today's class only. So I believe that if I am serious to give something to you, I must be prepared myself to give it to you. So next time, Anant, do come with the mic. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
To learn something, you have to invest in something. This is also public relations. But the kind of thing you want to convey to your target audience, you have to be very clear about that. PR is all communicating. Keep communicating. And I always say, give. If I say, if I say, let me give you this, and I say, what is the, next to give? Take. No, it is not take, it is get. You give and you get. And don't say that you should get immediate next moment. Get maybe after 1 year, 10 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, but get would be there. You will get definitely. So you're always welcome to interact with me.
So everyone, you can get in touch with Suresh sir through Twitter.
Where you can post your questions if you have. I can answer there. If you can come to my group PR for you on Facebook. You can go to my page PR for you on Facebook, where you can put questions. I'm always ready to answer your questions. Queries about PR and event management. And ask me, I'm there to answer.
Sir, I on behalf of VBind team and all the participants, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you everyone for joining in. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.